What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another Survival Saturday. How's everybody out there?
Hey, welcome, brother. How you doing? Sorry, I was waiting for my desk for a second there.
That's all good, all good.
Trying to regroup, went to the range a little bit earlier, so got to set up everything. So
yeah. Pimp name, Sir Slick back. Tap In Productions.
How you doing? Tap In. Salute, brother. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Carbon Q, see you in there?
Carbon Q's here.
Yeah. Hope everybody is doing well, blessed, staying dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
How's your day going?
I'm going good, What's going on, Devereaux? Tap In Productions.
Well, it is good. Let's have a little coffee here. So that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. See if we can get Carbon Q on in here and we get it rolling.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Pimp name Sir Slick back asking a question. Why they call me MHP, most helpful person? How about that?
That work. Hey, that fits. You know it. You know it.
It's all good. There's Jay Smith. How's everything going? Okay, we're gonna start off in a crisis situation. Are you helpful or are you harmful?
It's a serious question.
Yeah.
Serious question. You know. Hopefully all of us are in a position where we could be honest with ourselves. You know, I like to think in every situation that I'd be helpful, but I think I shared a story last week or a week before that. Mr. EMT, ICU certified, this, that, the other. You know, seeing a lot of people get injured and stuff like that. When my own daughter bit her tongue 3/4 of the way out, I just like basically freaked for like 2 minutes straight, just like boom, just went off because it was like, you know, the blood was coming out. There's like, you know, so on that one
situation. Asking a question. MHP, most helpful person. How about that?
That work. Hey, that is. You know it.
I agree with that.
So in that situation, you know, I was not helpful for at least 2 minutes. I was 2 minutes.
Jay Smith, how's everything going? Okay, we're gonna start off in a crisis situation. Are you helpful or are you harmful? Hold on, let me see the feedback. Who is that?
Serious question.
Yeah.
Serious question. I think I have everything closed.
I have everything closed.
All of us are in a position where we could be honest with ourselves.
Who's that?
Sorry. How's that better?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like we all have to ask ourselves that question. Are we helpful or are we harmful? For 2 minutes, I was useless. You know, I got my wits about me. So we have to be serious with ourselves when we ask ourselves that questions. And then if we're not helpful, what are we going to do about it? So that's my
that's something to think about. The reason why I picked that because we have a lot of situations going on today, you know, environmental, you know, vaccine situations, you know, even that thing that happened in Dallas. I think it was apartment place or something. The explosion, that was another crisis situation. And I think we're really for Survival Saturday, why would you be helpful or harmful is something that you have to ask your individual self. What do you have a take on, Carbon Q?
You're on mute. It's okay.
It's my dog. I was trying to block him out.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you should be. I'm sorry. The question was if I would be helpful or harmful.
Yes.
In my case, I would be helpful since, you know, it's just me here and probably the most knowledgeable on what to do if a situation comes around. Even with this particular topic, it's so important to talk to each other and try to teach each other, especially in your household, because when you teach them and you do drills, you kind of get the shock factor out of them, so they become more helpful than harmful.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is someone who's panicking when you're trying to get everything together. It just takes time away. So helpful would be the right thing to try to be if you can. And you can only do that if you train and open yourself to what can happen.
So how do you do that, Carbon? Because typically what happens, I'm not going to say typically, but a lot of times in a situation like that,
Right.
when it goes down, I go into Staff Sergeant Boyd mentality.
Right. Same
I'm
thing.
not, the voice is quick, boom, do this, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Then you have a lot of people, they get caught up not realizing the urgency of the situation and the tone of voice that you use, how you said it, this, that, or asking questions, why do I have to do this? And then that little delay, that could totally change the situation from a positive outcome to a negative outcome. So how do you get people used to reacting and,
Climate control.
I think from the experiences that I have, if majority of times when something happens and people don't know what to do, they're looking for somebody who does know what to do, somebody who is going to take leadership and start directing people. Some people have that, moment where they're frozen. They may know what to do, but they're frozen. And once you have somebody that like claps their hand, let's go, you do this, they start to spring into action. So it's kind of like a automatic response. Some may just start crying, some may just back into a corner. Deal with the ones that you have their attention. You realize they're on the same page with you. Start delegating with them. I've seen eventually it comes around. The ones who were in the back, now they see some type of order or some type of answer to the situation. They kind of jump in right after. The ones that go running and screaming, you don't really have the time to go get them. So, it is what it is. You got to kind of deal with the people that you have right with you. If you have the presence that this is what it is, and you take charge, people kind of fall right behind those type of people.
Yeah.
It's an automatic response. That's what I've experienced. So, military-wise, I'm pretty sure it's different. We're taught to obey, certain individuals, certain commands, certain sounds that you guys make. In the public sector, I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
So basically just staying calm and taking control. And
exactly. The more calm you are, the more like you start giving out and delegating things to do, people just automatically attract towards you or where you're at. And then they want to know what else do you need to do.
Have you ever found yourself where you got the higher ups and the people that you're in charge of, and you caught in between the middle and you have to make a quick decision?
Yeah. In my setting, we knew the housing, like we knew the layout much better, even though they knew it as well. Once you're out the field for a minute, you kind of lose touch of what's going on. So you'll have certain people that their higher ups are there, but they'll look to somebody who's always in the housing area to take control and do whatever, because they know who the players are, where the new exits are, all the new equipment that's on the thing. They know there's certain people in the area they can tell them to do something, they're going to go out and execute it. So a lot of times the higher ups will just be like, go get her or go get him.
Go get Carmen.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. The more you know, the more they will point the person to do something, right?
Well, that's cool right there. If you just brought out an excellent point, it's like, people who have those skill sets and you promoted or placed out of those skill sets, you lose those skills. So that's important to maintain training and this and that and the other, because if you're separated from that, you don't keep those things sharp, you become less useful.
Absolutely.
You become a problem sometimes.
Sometimes
people who are higher up, they don't want to say, hey, they're looking at the stripes or the bars saying, but they don't have the skill set. So
they don't.
I think it comes with the territory. They want us like a Swiss Army knife, but they pay us like a butter knife.
Oh, classic butter knife.
It's
that's
true.
Not sometimes. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna throw this question out there for the people that's in the chat. What would you do in a crisis situation? Would you become helpful or harmful? Please let us know. If you'd like to come in, I'm gonna put down this here.
And have you guys ever been in a situation where you were either one of those, helpful or harmful? There's no shame to say, hey, in the situation that was not helpful, because at least where you were, and can always improve from there.
Yeah.
So we just have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of us think, we're, jack of all trades. And I'm not going to trademark on his infringing his trademark, but jack of all trades with everything. And, we have to, understand that, everybody has strengths and weaknesses. So, acknowledge those and then improve on those if there's a weakness. So at least you know where you are.
Yeah.
So that would be, I'm kind of glad because that situation in Dallas, I just caught tail end of it.
What
Guys
happened?
was talking about it yesterday. I was like, what in the world? It's an apartment complex. They say it collapsed, but it was an explosion.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see that. So that's probably a gas leak or something like that and exploded or something, or?
That's what they're saying, but
Yeah. So again, the reality that those things can happen at any time, any place. So
yeah,
be prepared to, be helpful.
yeah, that's true. I mean, this day and age, you sit back and look at a lot of things, and we see what's going on in the real world, and we have to just take it not for a grain of salt and just understand that we're a part of this too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Zach?
Okay, Devereaux. Say no 68W, but I can help enough to get him out of trouble. Okay, Devereaux, can you explain more on that?
I know you were talking about gas explosion. What was that tool you said, Carbon, you were talking about last week that everybody should have to turn off gas, electricity?
SOCAT key?
Yeah, exactly. So that may have been the case where if someone knew where their gas turn off or something was, they could have, maybe assisted in that situation, prevented that situation. So,
like with anything, half of it is just getting the equipment, familiarizing yourself with the equipment, and executing what it is that you have to do. Once you get the knowledge base of, what it is that you have to do, how to use this equipment, it takes a lot of stress off you, number one. Number two, you're not afraid to act after that. If you buy, let's just say, a first aid kit and you don't use it until you actually need it, now you open it up and there's all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying this ointment right here. It takes that's my skin on fire. But
exactly.
Even if you just train one person in your family and then you become the trainer of the rest of the family, if you're trying to, cut costs, whatever the case may be, there's so many aspects to this. You can go through your house and just look at the people and know their strengths and weakness and apply that to a plan.
Yeah.
You got to know your household, because I'm speaking from a bug-in point of view, and just assessing who's around you, and just, there's always one kid that's the most adventurous, not afraid of anything, can get hit by a truck, he swear he'll survive, and the truck will die. One of those. So, that would be my little soldier. I would train him, to protect whatever on the outside. And you might have somebody, another one who's just good with medical stuff, putting things back together, or electrician, look at their strength, look at their weakness, and, improve on that. That's because that's naturally what they're good at. This is what they are. Build your team. Anybody that you're around should want to be an asset. A lot of these people that have these campgrounds, bug out headquarters, groups of people that they're with, everybody has a specialty. Everybody brings something to the table. There's really nobody there that's dead weight unless they're children, and you can't even call old people dead weight because they have a wealth of knowledge. They may not physically be able to tell you what to do, but they can verbally show you what to do, walk you through a situation. So make yourself an asset, because if it does hit the fan, you're going to need your skill set. And if you link up with some other people, you can actually use your skill set to find, lodging, food, whatever it is that you may need to do at that point in time.
That's true.
Yep. And that'll only happen if you keep improving on yourself. And once you get it, improve on the ones that's around you, living with you, no matter how small or big. Teach them something. Let them sit down there. Let them see a video. Watch this. This is what you do. This is how you do it.
Run drill sets.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's alarm, bang the pots and pans, everybody get up, what are we supposed to do? You know, if you look at the Cosby Kids, they did that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that episode.
Right. So,
Yeah, that's so true. You know, to keep your awareness even around you, just keep your head on the swivel.
right. The fire department is not going to come. They might not be able to come right there. You got to teach your kids how to use the fire extinguishers. What which one they can use at what time. You know, where's the ladder if we're upstairs in the bedroom and the fire's downstairs to throw it out the window and climb down. There's a plan for that. There's a plan for a lot of things. You just got to get them. Kids are like sponges; they'll soak up whatever you put in front of them. So, to me, you
What
know,
do you think the most important things, like 2 or 3 most important things you should teach and drill your children on to be, in those situations?
fire is the first thing because a fire, it can always happen with anything. So teaching them just to leave the house, grab whatever, your brother, your sister, but get out of there. Or if it's too much smoke on the outside, what you should do, cover your blanket. Hopefully you have a fire retardant blanket in there, something to get under there, do whatever. It's so many things you could do. Fire is always the first thing that I think about because I've seen so many things where kids are either curled underneath the bed or in the closet because they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I will say fire. First aid, CPR. Kids are always choking on something. If your brother or sister know how to, help you get your your breathing, asthma, whatever the case may be, a sibling or whatever, that's the second thing I would tell them to do, and just a basic first aid class, depending on their age. But those are the building blocks of everything else.
You mentioned first aid. It's a true story. My brother, who's a little bit younger than I am, but he has severe asthma, and he was a pastor at the time. Now he's a bishop, but he was a pastor at the time and was having an asthma attack. So he went to the bathroom and he said he was splashing some water on his face because he was trying to just get his breath back. So he started splashing water on his face, and he went to do his inhaler, and he could feel his airway just like closing up, right? Mm-hmm. So he said the last thing he remembers is he put his inhaler in his mouth and he pushed it, but the air couldn't even inhale at that point. It just stayed in his mouth. And then he blacked out from that, and he remembers, going forward. And there was a little boy in the bathroom. He was like, Pastor Boyd, are you okay? Are you okay, Pastor Boyd? And his mom was outside the door. She was like, Pastor Boyd, are you okay? And the little boy was like, I'm going to go get help. And his mom could hear him saying that. And so she looked in, and he was already blue. He was already silent.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, she was a nurse. He stopped breathing, started CPR right there. But if it wasn't for that little boy, doing a little thing, hey, I'm going to go help. Are you okay? Just little steps. Hey, if somebody's down, hey, shake them, make sure, call out to them. And then help. That little thing saved his life. If the boy hadn't been there, it would have been all over. So those are real life situations that, again, you can be helpful and save somebody's life. So
absolutely,
yeah. And on the harmful, would that be putting you on the offensive side?
If somebody's unable to do anything in a crisis, like I said, those are the type of people I really don't pay attention to. First off, if something happens, I kind of look for the people that's looking around to see what the problem is. Where is it coming from? Those are the type of people I kind of want to connect with first.
Yeah.
I make eye contact with them, and then we're on the same page.
Yeah.
It's depending on the situation, you're looking at your casualties first, or you're looking at the person that's most injured, exits, where's anything coming from, whether it's, gunfire, or if it's somebody with a knife, or if it's just somebody that's having a medical emergency. It all depends on the situation. So it all depends on how you're going to react to it, right? But my first thing in anything that I do, always look for like-minded people.
Yeah.
Once you can connect with them, it's I don't know what it is, what to call it, but like you kind of know each other when you see each other, and you don't even. Yeah, that's how it is for me. I don't know if it's the same with everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then harmful people. There's nothing wrong with being, I wouldn't choose the word harmful. Maybe unskilled in a crisis or something like that. I if they're not hurt, I don't. It's just stay out the way for a minute. Yeah. Let's do this, because you can't fix anything unless you find out what it is first, where it's coming from.
Yeah.
then you start moving from there. I don't know. It might be for other people.
Way we were taught that, first of all, you respond to the help situation, and then whoever's around you and they have that energy, put them on a watch. Just say, hey, look, cover us.
You gotta
So
secure the
that
area.
he'll be our offense, our boundary. So he's just looking outward, making sure nobody's coming over there in the area.
Right.
So I can see that balance of doing helpful and harmful. But at the same time, the harmful personnel, like you said, you just put them on the outside of the perimeter, making sure nobody comes in between y'all.
Right.
That's a real thing. And, in EMT, the first thing they teach you is secure the area. If you go into an area, no matter what the threat is, whether it's a fire or gunshot or whatever it is, if you don't secure that area and you just rush in, I'm going to save everybody. Now you're going to become the next victim. Now we have 2 people we got to save, or 3 or 4. So secure the area. Like Carmen says, get those people, you said secure, make sure everything's okay. Are we good? Okay, I'm going in, communicate. I'm going in, watch my back, like Ben said, and then you go from there. So you have to secure the area first, because I know, like in South Central, a lot of times, somebody gets shot, they're down, and you walk up and that person's right there.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you either back to, what up, or back you. So, you have to make sure you don't walk into a situation that is just going to endanger more people, including yourself. So that's a key point.
Yeah, that is something to think about. Do we have anybody out here has been in a situation or can give us tips on a situation, whether it's helpful and harmful in a crisis situation?
The
doors always open.
What's up, Tony? What's up?
Yeah, there's $2.
$2.
What's going on? Ace from BK.
BK. I just realized that was Brooklyn. I was like, what is BK? And I was like, duh, Brooklyn.
Yeah. So that's something to think about, man. Every time you go out, because these situations are coming up left and right. You're hearing about over here food shortage. You're hearing about ammo shortage. You hear about water shortage. FEMA camps. Vaccines. If you don't get the vaccines, if you do have the vaccines, ditch what you can, and it's never ending.
It's never ending. You just got to prepare yourself, and that's part of being helpful. Prepare, make sure that you're okay, your family's okay. Hi, Hot Tub. If you don't do it, I don't know who do you think is gonna do it. And for the one crazy person in your family that does it, you're gonna wish you listen to them. Like right now, between my sister and my nieces and nephews, like, oh, we're going to Garden House, we're going over there. I'm like, y'all funny. I'll shoot it to my sister, and she's now kind of getting it. She's like, okay, well, maybe I should get one of those radios. She's just like, are you kidding me? This is crazy. It makes me feel safer, and just the simple fact that they're saying that now lets me know that I was right for doing what I did.
Yeah.
Hopefully they catch on. It's never too late. Get what you can get now. It's better than having nothing. Get the water. You need the water for the food. You need the water for medication. Hygiene. That's like a really important thing too. We talk about bugging in, bugging out. If your hygiene is off and you don't have any means to take care of that, you become sick.
Yeah.
Hygiene is a big part of making sure that is taken care of, whether it's your feet, your teeth, have stuff for toothaches, have something to extract a tooth. Extracting a tooth or a toothache is like the worst feeling in the world. I think I'd rather get hit by a car than have to deal with a toothache. But can you imagine being in a bug out situation and that's what you're dealing with? Some toothaches can incapacitate people. They just can't even move, open their eyes. It hurts that bad. Make sure you have stuff to at least ease that pain. There's so much to getting prepared, and you're never really going to get prepared 110%. It's just getting as much as you can to survive whatever you can survive at that point.
I always say, stay that asset, don't become that liability.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you made an excellent point. There's never too late to start. It's never too late. You know, so get started. A lot of people get overwhelmed, I think, because they see all this stuff that Carbon has. It's like I get overwhelmed sometimes. I'm like, hey, Carbon got this, Carbon got that.
You guys, like somebody in the comments had mentioned the construction key set.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I actually went and got that because I never thought about it. We learn from each other.
Exactly.
Everybody learns from each other. It's not, you know, somebody knows. It's just getting together and then sharing the information so we know, oh, let's get this, let's get that. You're never going to be 110% ready for anything, but just add to it as you go along. I forgot who had said it, but they had mentioned like it runs the cat machines, the big construction machines. It's kind of like a master key.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the full ring. I got like 12 keys on a ring because keys are heavy and I'm not trying to run around with all of those keys. They're very small, so you got to keep flipping through them. But 12 was good for me.
Where do you get you have those keys for those big machines? You have a key?
Yeah, Amazon.
From Amazon. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab it.
I'm slipping.
Yeah, that's a really good set.
Yeah, because you never know when you may need one of those machines, or you can put it up as a barrier, or knock something down, dig a trench, whatever.
Yeah, I got a shotgun in one hand and a bobcat driving. Yeah.
There you go. See, I didn't even think about that, man. See, look at that. See, that's excellent. Most excellent. So.
And it's a trip once you start going to Amazon and just looking at survival stuff, and you're like, it costs that much.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
Yeah, to save your life.
You never know. You never know.
What's going on, Nola?
What up?
Yeah, roll.
Dory Dan's in the place.
Yeah. But I checked out a lot, even the flashlight with the multicolors, like, blue for the water fishing, green for the hunting and making sure you're not, visible. Yeah, and I picked up a bunch of hunting gear colors, woodland green.
Yeah.
Pants and shirt.
Nice. Got to go find out which bag I put them in. So they look like that. Oh,
there you go.
They have like different keys to start them. They come in different sets: 24, 8, 12.
So you said the 12 is the one you have?
Yeah, it says the 12 set construction set for cat, Komatsu, and the bobcat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see. Oops, that one. Or I can send you the link from Amazon.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's what you have. You never know when you need it, right?
You never know.
Yeah.
Sure. That's could be a huge asset.
Absolutely, right? When Atlanta Print and the boys go out to get supplies, that might be a good thing to have.
Please, right now, use this as a study. Don't go out and grab a bobcat and try to get
We might need it to dig it
for survival, not stunt Saturday. Not stunt Saturday now.
Yeah, like the body up in the up in the jail or pen. So.
Yeah, them keys right there.
Definitely will be getting that.
You need to have like a good set of house tools: hammer, screwdrivers, Phillips head, wire strippers. You need a good tool set at home because if you have to bug in, nails, you need to board up your windows, whatever the case may be. There's so many things that you're never going to be 110%. You just got to keep adding and adding and adding as you go.
And thank you, Carbon Q, about those door stoppers, door jammers.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, hit that alarm. Yeah, that'll wake up anybody. That's something that's needed.
Yeah, Lady Love, that's great.
What's up?
Yeah, Lady Love said she decided to help get my husband and my survival kit together one thing at a time. Absolutely.
There you go.
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
That's how it starts.
That's what it's about.
One thing at a time.
Never too late.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's the way to roll, What else? Who's that right there? Green flashlight from Amazon.
Yeah.
Ace from BK.
Ace from BK, they have one that has the red, the green, and the blue, and the white. they're all used for different things. I think the blue one they said it made it easier to see fish when you want to fish at night.
Mhm.
The green was for hunting animals. It was easier to see them. And the red was for something with these the alarms, looking for the alarms or flashlights. Don't give me the line. It's on Amazon. They have a
Okay.
bigger one, but they broke down each color, so it made a lot more sense. Look for that one, and it's all in one thing. You don't have to change the lens. You just press the button, and it goes from different colors, whichever one you want to use.
Okay. And Lady Love, go check out kfossurvival.com for your needs and emergency. Yeah, the prices are real good.
Mm-hmm.
Start there and you keep it going. I think, does he have an actual full complete bag?
I think there's a
Carbon?
couple.
Carbon,
Yeah.
carbon, K-Full. I'm gonna get my life together. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Does he have a full complete bag?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually the one with ReadyWise too. It has the food and it has a couple other things inside there. And he has another one without the food. So
There's
Okay,
an orange
that's
one.
good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Del Ray Dan.
she just started her bug out kit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So on behalf of your show, I'm gonna send her a $50 gift certificate from K Plus Survival.
Cool.
And go in and do what you gotta do.
Big ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
If you could just send me your email or send it to Ben Shooting and I'll shoot it to him and he can shoot it to you.
That's how you do it. Sharing that love, sharing that information.
You're welcome, Ace.
Oh wow. She said I just asked you. Okay.
Hmm?
I just realized who that is.
Is that your wife?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I'm looking down,
I'm
like,
still
wait a
sending it
minute.
to her because that's awesome.
Oh wow. I was like, okay. Yeah, we got that taken care of. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah. So I hear you. Okay. Yeah. So we got that taken care of. But yeah.
Hi, Sharonda.
Oh.
Yeah, hi, Chaplin. Yeah, I was just saying hi. Hey, I'm sorry, everybody. How y'all doing? I didn't even get a chance to say hello when I came
How's everybody doing?
in.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Lady Love is in here. Shout out to her. Hey AF, how's everything going? That's all good. But yeah, it's what else we had to cover?
Salute to Lady Love.
I think I was trying to cover out. What was it that we wanted to talk about? Oh, that was the subject. In a situation, what would you think the best concealed weapon you would carry? Now, after you've been patted down, what concealed weapon would you have?
Is it entering a building? Is it what, like, in what scenario?
Yeah, what scenario are we talking about? Like out and about, or?
Yeah, saying it's,
If they're patting,
yeah.
if they're patting me down, was I captured or am I
Yeah,
going?
I mean, really, because you think the situation's going on, what would be good? Would it be good for thigh or ankle holster?
Well, if they pat you down, if you had any weapons on you, I wouldn't know why they would leave you with it. But your best thing would be keeping a cool head,
Yeah.
assessing what's going on, and figure out what you can use for a weapon once they take all your, weapons since they're patting you down. With hand-to-hand combat, if you're good at boxing or fighting, you might want to implement that depending on how many people you're about to go, head up with. It might not be a good option to do that. It's a tough one to answer because I don't know the situation that I'm in or why I'm being patted down. And I'm assuming if I'm being patted down, you're taking everything that I have as far as a weapon. So
Good question.
yeah.
Devereaux said knife pen. Hot Tub Tony said my knife. And yeah.
And more likely a knife I'm going to be carrying, because I usually carry at least 2 or 3 of those on me. But then I also keep sticks around. I have colleague sticks in my car, in my house, at different places. So a stick is always a good weapon. And like Carbon said, improvise, use what you have.
Yeah.
Those empty-handed skill sets. I think one day we should do, the importance of having empty-handed skills as far as survival, because more than likely, I'm thinking all the fights I've had as an adult, I've never had to shoot anybody, but I've had to use my hands and feet.
Yeah.
So, having those skill sets and a variety of skill sets for multiple situations. I think I talked about it before, how I have a lot of skill sets with striking, and stuff like that. Most of my martial arts training is striking and, locks and stuff. But as far as grappling and ground techniques, you need to have that, because more than likely you're going to get knocked on your butt. It's going to be two people, you're wrestling with. So just, addressing all those possibilities. And empty-handed weapons are just the extensions of your hands anyway. So that empty-handed is extremely important.
I'm sorry.
In law enforcement and the military also, both of them have a bad habit of takedown methods.
Yeah.
Nobody never teaches, unless you're in martial arts or anything, the stay down method.
Yeah.
How to keep somebody down on the ground.
Right.
They really don't train that. And that's I think they should emphasize more on that.
Yeah.
A hiking stick or staff is a good weapon.
Exactly.
You could pretend that you needed to walk, but you can break it into. You can use it. I forgot what they call the two sticks that you use in martial arts.
Like a bow.
Not like the bow staff will be just
the big piece.
Yeah.
That's how collar sticks are. They're like the smaller versions of. They have different versions of short staff, longer staff. That you could, like you said, break it up. Like you said, a walking stick is.
And they have the ones that unscrew.
Exactly. So a cane,
Exactly.
A slapjack.
Like you said, play it up. Hey, I gotta have this. Act like you're an invalid.
Exactly.
Play up Yoda. I'm Yoda. I'm just.
I need this walking stick. I can't move.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I had my slapjack with me.
Yeah.
I had a purchase.
I didn't understand the question. I thought you said after they pat you down, so I figured they took all your stuff and you're just going in blind.
Well, I think a lot of people, when the situation arrives and you got groups, all they're gonna do is try to take your backpack and go through that.
You make sure you don't have a gun like in your waist. They may not do a complete boot, like a lot of boot in the ankle. Small. You carry a little 22 and stuff like that. So
if they got that close, you should be shooting them. Like, well, how they get that close? Shoot them.
But see, this like I'm saying.
There you go.
It's a situation awareness. That person that you might have get caught off guard, and then you sitting there and he's all like this, and they say, "All right, put your stuff on the ground now." Winks Leak is the hostage now. Oh man. Scenario has to be arrived. What you gonna do? What you gonna carry? What you gonna think? Everything in mindset.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
And hopefully,
if I get caught by a bunch of people that are crazy, I might just take myself out. Like, let me kill me. I'm not gonna let you kill me. I'll do it first.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go through what it is you're about to put me into. I'll
exactly
go check out and have a nice day.
And that's the thing, you don't know what you're going to run into. So hopefully it's a bug-in situation where we could be a little bit more safe and secure.
That's so true.
I was another thing I was watching yesterday. This guy was talking about the 10 type of preppers that won't survive. And they were talking about, the different levels. The person who says they're Rambo, the person who, has all the equipment and doesn't train, the person who doesn't, have a group of people, who they can depend on, this and the other. So he went through all those scenarios. It's like the person who doesn't, like we were talking about before, hit that switch and realize, okay, the real world ended at this point. You need to get to the current situation, have a mindset that everything's not normal. You can't rationalize and normalize everything. So it was pretty thorough. And we've covered a lot of that stuff, but a lot of times people don't really take it to heart, so we really have to do that.
I think that's a double standard too, because I watched one the other day and the guy was talking the same situation. I was sitting there thinking like, okay, he's on his land. You know what I'm saying? He already prepared for that.
Yeah.
But he leaves that place sometime to go down into the town to get supplies.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now that's shut down. What does he do? He's bugged in.
Yeah.
All right.
So but you have to do that. Don't you think you have to do that though? I mean, I know, like I said before, again, the longest time I've been out off grid and out and about is 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And we were packing everything in and packed everything out, water, this, that, and the other, and
Yeah.
that routes and everything. So 2 weeks is a pretty good time. But at the end of that 2 weeks, the food goes pretty fast, and you feel it. So just imagine if we had to do anything longer than that. So you're going to have be able to go in town and get supplies and deal with other people, maybe barter and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, we have to kind of think of those things and being assets. If you have good verbal communication skills, that's another asset to be able to deal with people. If you have somebody in your group who can, negotiate and talk to people and, go people out and kind of get a feel for them. That's important. Having street smarts,
Absolutely.
That's important. That's a skill set.
You're going to need a community of people to survive anything that comes down the pipeline right about now. Doing it by yourself, you're not going to be able to do it all by yourself. Eventually you're going to have to link up with some people, and you guys are going to have to just become a small community, whether it's in the bushes or in a local community, your area, wherever you live. You're going to have to use that skill set and talk to people. You're going to have to trust people that you don't want to trust.
And that's the thing you talked about too. Sometimes, you may have people who say, just kill everybody, but you could have incorporated that person. They may have a skill set or something that you could have used, and you just eliminated that resource. So, so that said, who's going to be our communicator when we run into people? Is that going to be you, Carbon, or?
If you want me to, I'll try.
They won't Carbon do everything.
I'll try. I'll talk to people. I like talking to people. So if I would do it. And that took a lot of time. Before I wasn't like this, 10 years ago. 10 years you couldn't say boo to me. I was a ticking time bomb. Yeah. And it just took one thing and all hell broke loose. But you grow older and you start seeing things differently.
Yeah.
You start understanding people better once you stop expecting from them and just looking at them and accepting them for who they are, good or bad.
Thank you.
It became easier just to understand people.
That's the truth. I was of the mindset before, when I was younger, kill them all, let God sort them out. Just hey, maybe not, but but as you said, as you get older, you understand, you get a little wisdom and understanding.
From drastic to compassion,
Yeah, exactly. And compassion, like you said, meet people where they are. Everybody has a journey. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it was tiring just being so confrontational all the time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy. Yeah,
it takes a lot of energy, and I just, I completely 360'd it.
Yeah, that's good.
I understand. I've been there.
Sometimes it shows up. The little crazy comes out. For the most part, I drag it back in. But
every now and then.
Just a little.
Sometimes she sneaks out. Just like free.
Look at that. I'm not from this planet. Look what he said. Carbon alter ego is Tupac.
There you go. Hey.
I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll tell him he was fearless.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Norwood.
$2. $2 takes two things. You know what? Disrespectful people, and if you do anything to my children, or children, period.
It's over.
It's 3 animals I love. I think I connect better with animals than I do people, which that's just me. If I had to shoot a person or an animal, I'll shoot the person. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah,
I do. They kill because they need to eat.
Yeah, it's not just because they felt like it that day or some nefarious reason. Just as people, I love people, especially I love white people.
Me too.
You got to take. There's the highest highs, and then there's some that.
Some of us,
you don't just get to breathe that same air that everybody else gets to.
Exactly.
The
things that we do to each other, and just to our planet.
How you doing, brother?
Nice to see you.
What's up?
I just want to add a quick tidbit, a little bit off topic, but last night, basically, I was going to say it's important to you regularly inventory your long-term foods. Because I threw away about half of my cabinet last night. Everything was already expired. I had a lot of rice, a lot of pastas,
Mhm.
And so right now I got to make sure you get some freeze dried foods because these last up to 25, 30 years.
There you
I got a lot of the mountain house stuff, but just keep that in mind because a lot of people have a whole bunch of rice, and then it only lasts 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
go.
So you just got to keep that in mind, inventory that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and it's not a bad idea to look into getting a pressure canner
Mhm.
and even a freeze dryer. Like I know I listen to Alaska Prepper, so
Mhm.
it's not a bad idea to get that type of stuff because food will go bad quicker
Yeah.
than you think it will. So
Mhm. Are
I just
you
had to throw
using
that in.
Are you using the what is it? The buckets, like the paint buckets that you get from
No,
Home
not
Depot?
yet. No, not yet, not yet.
You haven't tried vacuum seal bags?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely got a vacuum sealer. Those come in handy.
Oh, those little packets that usually come in your shoes to collect moisture, they have them for
That's
Yep.
$1.
Silica
Throw
gel
that in the
therapy.
bag, in that Mylar bag, then seal it. Your rice should
Right,
last a little bit longer. Well, a lot longer
right.
hold on,
than those.
babe.
You know, like for my rice, what I do, especially with all my supplies, I put, last in, first out. So if I have, and I move it forward. So when I buy
Okay.
the new stuff, it goes in the back. I make sure I, cycle through that. So most of the stuff that I have stored, I use a lot of that stuff. So like you said, it kind of keeps your inventory fresh, but there's some things that,
Right.
I don't. So I have to go back in, like my MREs and stuff like that. That usually just sits. Every once in a while, I may open one up, make my son eat it and watch him frown and all that. But, you have to maintain that diligence on making sure your stuff is fresh, or relatively fresh. Because I think Ben Shuden was talking about how a lot of that stuff lasts longer than you think it does, and then when it's marked. But yeah, it's an active process. You don't just set it and forget it.
And also look up the
Yeah.
herb, brother, to tap in. To look, there's a herb that you put in your rice
No,
that
really?
will last a long time.
Bay leaf.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
bay leaf helps it to
Yes.
last longer?
Bay leaf.
You know that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just take a Sharpie and just label them.
Yeah.
Make sure you label your stuff so you
Yeah.
just keep it fresh in your mind about how long it'll last.
Yeah.
And just start rotating. What you see up
Right.
there, rotating, start eating it and putting in stuff.
First in, first out.
There it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
There
Yep.
it is. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, brother?
Hey, what up?
What's up, bro?
Welcome.
Captain, thank you so much for that book list that you had sent me. I had dropped it in the links.
Oh yeah. That's a good starter book.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, don't forget that Bailey leaf and that rice.
You gotta try that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll go right here. Perfect. It's a good starter book right here for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
What's
I
going
got a
on,
can. I know Zach in the cannon, right? Zach, you cannon?
Zach? Okay.
For some reason, I can't hear y'all.
We can hear you.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to see exactly what's going on, but I can hear you just barely. You sound really, really low. I'm sitting in the car, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah,
We can hear you
Zach
loud
in the cannon. So.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
For,
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? We can hear you. Can
I
you
want
hear
to
it?
chime in. I see y'all talking about one of my favorite subjects.
canning.
Yeah. Canning is
Yeah.
is very important to learn how to do,
Right.
and it's not expensive to get into it. We had a little bit of a shortage a little while ago on lids and jars and such, but they took care of that. It seems to be taken care of, but I bought so much stuff I don't need any anyway. I got enough cans and jars and stuff and lids to last me for I don't know how long.
That's good.
So
That's good.
just having all that stuff and because that stuff is supposed to, they say a year and a half to 2 years, but that stuff lasts longer than that. As long as you check your seals and make sure making sure that everything is none of the lids that they raise or don't have any puckering in them or anything like that.
Right.
And when you break the seal, what'll end up happening is you should hear when you open up a can of soda and it's like shh, it should sound like that.
Right.
No, I haven't done any canning, so I haven't done any canning. So once you get started, what should be the initial things you try to can, and how much per person, like for a small family?
Well, I mean, you can Actually, I started out water bath canning because there's water bath canning and then there's pressure canning. Water bath canning is a little bit easier. That's when you make your jellies and your jams and things that aren't acidic. Because stuff that's really acidic, you need to do pressure canning. Excuse me. Stuff that's really acidic, that's you can water bath can, and stuff that's not acidic, you pressure can, like meats and things like that. So like it's like even if you make jams and jellies and stuff, you put a certain amount of citrus in it. You can use lemon. You have to put a certain amount of lemon juice because the acidity helps keep it longer. And with the meats and stuff, the reason why you pressure can because with no acidity, it basically it doesn't help the shelf life.
Okay.
So I don't put anything inside that. Usually, you may put a little bit of broth, season it up the way that you want, and it lasts a long time. It's got a different flavor to it. But if you were somewhere and you were gonna starve to death, you would eat it.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's not a hard process. It's basically getting used to whatever canner that you're using. Like I said, water bath can is easy because you put it in there, you basically put the cans inside, the jars inside there, you let it boil for X amount of time, pull them out, let them cool, and you sit and listen to the pop because every time it's done correctly, you hear the pop with every can that you did. You hear that little ping, and when you hear that, you know everything went good. You always have a few sometimes maybe that may not come out okay. It just all depends because it's a process to it. Make sure you're getting all the air bubbles out. Make sure you're cleaning the rims with the vinegar so that there's nothing on the rim to stop it from sealing. Things like that. And the water bath canning, the pressure canning, you need to know what your altitude is. So you know it depends on how long it is that you're gonna basically cook them because you're cooking it or boiling it for 250 degrees for usually 90 minutes.
Okay.
And you'll know based on what your altitude is, and you can find your altitude. There's Q put the book up before. It's a USDA Department of Agriculture book that gives you all of that, and then you can call your local Ben. You might know the name. I always forget the name of it. There's a specific office you can call where you live, and they'll tell you what your altitude is.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it's called. And then once you get that down, it's basically just learning your equipment, learning what you use, and how to pay attention to it so that stuff doesn't. The stuff these days, stuff isn't gonna explode. You hear the whole old horror stories of the old cans that people had where stuff would explode and things like that, and that type of thing generally doesn't happen anymore. There's so many safety features on there, and that are not gonna allow that to happen. It's something to get into. I got into it over the last maybe 2 years.
Okay.
And I mean, it feels good when you do it the first time and all your lids pop and everything, and then you go try your stuff out, see how you like it.
Right,
Everything has a different taste to it. Like if you do pork, it tastes different than if you do the chicken or if you do the beef or like, cause I do meatballs, I do brisket, pork shoulder, pork chops, chicken wings,
So you could
everything.
put fully
Chicken
cooked meat
wings.
in the jars.
Say that again?
So you could put fully cooked meat in the jars and save them.
No, you put raw meat in the jar.
Raw
So
meat.
now,
Okay.
if you're doing like ground beef or ground turkey, you want to cook that a little bit. You don't cook it totally. You cook it just a little, just to like sort of brown it, and then you cook it that way. And also, in your jars, you always try to make sure that you have enough liquid to cover. If it doesn't cover, it's not going to kill it. It just doesn't last as long.
Okay.
If the liquid doesn't cover it, those are your jars that you want to use first. It still pressurizes it, and it's still good for long shelf life, things like that. But you always want to make sure that you got enough. Especially because of the way the ground beef is, because you can do like a raw, you can do raw ground beef, but I've gotten better results if you do it partially cooked. Just brown it, put it in, season it up the way that you want, and basically put it on and sit back and you when you get good enough, you can walk away from your canner. I still stay and watch it. I sit there the whole time and watch it and make sure nothing's going wrong with it.
Yeah, I never knew you could save the meats like that. I had no idea.
You gotta give it a try, man.
I didn't know you could do chicken
You'll
wings.
enjoy it and just having some
Chicken
extra
wings,
meat,
there
like
you
you have
go.
some meat and stuff around. Something happens.
Yeah.
It's good to have all that stuff.
Yeah, I just put the website up for the canning altitude.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't even know that. So you don't
It's
have to worry about
canning.
storing it in the freezer or refrigerator or anything.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I was gonna add one more tidbit. Keep extra house filters around
Oh yeah.
just in case you don't want to have to be running out of those. So just keep extra filters.
That'll work. That'll work. Must have.
Yes, sir. But I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna jump in the chat, man.
All right. Thank you,
man. Peace, brother.
for coming in, bro.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Peace,
There
brother.
you go.
Peace.
Can't hear you, Zach. Here.
Okay, I put that website up. I think that's the one.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. There we go.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Having
Hi,
technical difficulties.
Tactical Armory.
Hey, where does that go?
Woo!
Whoa! Pop on in. What's going on?
What's going on, man? This game to stop through to say what's up. I was watching for a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I just bought me some of them construction keys that
Yeah.
car review was talking about. So,
You on point, huh?
yeah, I bought some of that stuff. So yeah. Trying to get some more fresh stuff. I didn't get like a bag. I got like stuff for a bug out bag, but I didn't have them keys, right? So I never had to get them keys because I used to know how to drive one of those Bobcats. I do have that as well. I actually have two. So yeah. So I've been definitely, because I learned up the master key between you and Zach. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get one of them. So did that joint. Yeah, man. So sometimes you think you have everything you need until someone says, "Oh, did you ever think?"
Yeah.
Another thing is chem lights, man. Get them chem lights.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Chem lights.
Did you, when you looked at those keys, did you be like, I can't believe they're selling this on Amazon? Is this not like a security breach? Were you not like a little bit shocked behind that?
That's the first thing I thought. Is like,
Yeah.
you sell this?
You sell this stuff?
Yeah, everything is for sale, man.
Soda can.
Because they look at it like this, right? If you don't know how to drive any of those vehicles, those keys aren't going to do you any good.
Elevator keys on that mountain.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
They got master keys for the houses, pipelines. It's beautiful. But at the same time, I guess if you know but you got to know what you're doing. You can have all this stuff. Like you guys stated earlier, if you don't know what you're doing,
you don't know how to put nothing in gear, you can hang it out.
It's pretty much, you know what I mean? Because they're definitely not like starting up cars. They're a little bit different.
Right.
You got to know what a choke is. If you don't know what a choke is, you ain't going to start having that stuff up anyway. So, that's crazy.
I don't know nothing about those machines, but I'm going to get it because I know somebody in
your
career is going to know how to do
something about it.
Yeah.
I driven a Bobcat one time in my life.
Yeah.
Military vehicles. Yeah, it's pretty easy. That's easy. But forklifts, stuff like that. You learn on the fly,
Pretty much tear up a bunch of stuff sometimes.
Facts. Big facts.
I always wanted those.
But it's crazy. I'll learn real quick.
Oh yeah, you hear them gears grinding. Ooh.
You know what I always wanted from the military was one of those carburetors, man.
Oh damn.
Because the fuel sufficient, man. You can drive for months with no gas.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Listen,
He knows how to drive them. In the oil field, he used to work in the oil field, Devereaux.
There you go.
There you go.
Valuable skill set. A lot of stuff like that.
Absolutely, right?
Think about that, Joy. A lot of people got these big money, high end corporate jobs, or they're in the entertainment field, or anything like that. And they sleep on the custodians, they sleep on construction people, skilled labor people. Those are the critical jobs. HVAC, plumbing, they sleep on those type of jobs. Electrician, masonry, all that stuff. Sleep on that kind of stuff. Your basic handyman becomes the man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. So we factor that in too. Respect everybody because you just never know who you might need in this case.
And those are the people you're gonna need when stuff hits the fan.
100%. That daggone entertainer ain't gonna do shit for you.
You don't need a bunch of CEOs, corporate types.
You don't need none of that. You don't need a banker. Maybe someone who knows how to kind of a little bit of know how the bartering system works. As far as a high end lawyer, you're not gonna need them in apocalypse trials.
You know what? That's a good idea, man. To think about after the meetup. Next year, we just come up with a plan to meet up so we can just start doing survival stuff.
I want to get to that one class down in Florida or wherever. They have 3 locations. We should maybe try to plan and have a group of us hit that because
we talked about that in North Florida.
Yeah,
I still got to do my page count class. Still got to do that.
Yeah.
Ham rate, definitely.
I got to finish that up this week. If we got off tonight, I'm going to focus.
I got regular rate. I got to get me one of them hammies. I'm looking at Amazon to get one of them hams.
There's a frequency for preppers. It's 333.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they will. I can send it to you, Ben. I don't know if you'll be able to like show it on here?
Let me see.
Word.
It's for your ham radios. It gives you all the breakdowns.
Okay, did they get that one I sent out already about the cannery? Can y'all see that website? I'm just seeing it for the cannery. Okay, let me see.
And y'all out there, put your little SOI together, man. Put your little SOI book or SOP book, instructional book that has like your frequencies, your call signs, have a Morse code sheet.
Yeah.
Right? So you can learn how to use Morse.
Make sure you laminate it too, also.
Make sure everything's laminated, to keep it, or have some good plastic bags, keep that stuff dry.
Yeah.
Have you some grease pencils?
Yeah.
You're gonna need all that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. If you got to get the hell up out of Dodge.
Yeah, that's so true.
Mhm.
What's going on, Big Dre?
Big Dre, what's up? I plan on staying in the crib, but if it gets really, really hot out there, it gets really heavy, I'll probably fade, just destroy everything and fade. But it's got to be to the point where, absolute pandemonium, and it's gonna take a lot for me to be like, all right, it's time to go.
You're like the Book of Eli.
Yeah, it has to be to that point. If it don't get to that point yet, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
It's got to be to the point where, you're like your next door neighbor's house has pretty much been wrecked before I decide to say, okay, it's time to go. You know what I mean? But I'll be prepared in the event I have to ride. So,
Riley, I'm sorry. Riley, stop it.
Somebody's upset.
But what's up, y'all? Who I didn't say up to earlier? I was on driving when people responded when I said what's up.
Speaking of bugging out, do you see yourself like with your neighbors currently? Are you guys already establishing relationships with them, or you have any information on them, or you basically, what's your plan with your neighbors? Are they on any other?
I have a little bit with my neighbors, cool, but as far as bugging out, I got one on the side of me that's those equipment. So bugging in, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Bugging out, I may be on my own with that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I may be on some Book of Eli shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm running into too. Like I'm pretty cool with most of my neighbors, So if we have to bug in, okay, we have pretty much an idea security wise, secure in the area and stuff like that. But getting out on the road, it's like you said, which is a very dangerous situation.
That's the worst to be on your own. It has its cons for sure. Pros is that you can be very mobile.
That's the big pro, yeah.
It's cons, you on your own. If you're not used to being on your own, whether you travel on a road or whatever, you're gonna have a hard time with it going with it. So, someone brought about food. Get into eating crap you don't normally like to eat, because the nastiest food you could ever think of will become a daggone 5-star meal when you're hungry. You know what I mean? So, fortunately for me, I'm a human garbage disposal. There's not too much I don't eat or have.
Yeah.
So,
and you agree with me. Just try something out, making sure that you can hold it.
Yeah.
And don't go through it.
Oh yeah.
But that's serious.
Just throw some of the just those like dairy products would not be something you want to eat.
You don't want that on your stomach.
It's better to be constipated than aggravated.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But the problem I run into is like my son, I eat anything, grabbing grub, snakes, everything, anything, everything. But he's so picky right now. It's like, and I tell him, what are you going to do, starve? Yeah, I guess I'm going to starve, Dad. Like,
people say that.
Yeah, but when that stomach starts growling.
Yeah, people say that because we don't know what starving is.
They definitely don't. Yeah,
starving is when your body starts to eat upon itself. Exactly. That's when you're starving.
Exactly.
We just hungry and craving.
Yeah.
The mismeal cramps. You ball
right. You start hurting. You can't sleep. You actually literally get sick when you're starving. So
there you go.
You know what I mean? So we don't know what starving is, but you start hitting that stomach growl.
Yeah.
Them grub worms are going to be delicious.
Yeah.
You get past that psyche, you're going to be like, damn. Starving ain't pretty, yo.
Have you guys ever done a survival course? And if so, how long? I know I did a 3-day where we were just out. They dropped us off. It was just a 3-day. And so it's not really testing too much. You get a little hungry, but
just exercises, but no real survival. Like I didn't do SEER or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, look back on I probably should have.
Yeah, they did us on a 3-day, and it was just like, you know,
compass and then the old bayonet knife.
Yeah, it just basically just dropped you off, and it's like
they didn't do the jungle training where they throw you in Panama.
Yeah, that's serious right there.
I was locked in that work,
Hawaii,
but that's about it.
Or Hawaii, you know what I mean? We did that jungle training.
You talking about the ticks, boy? I ain't never seen ticks on you.
Ticks are nasty.
I can't stand ticks, man.
Those deer
those
ticks,
and leeches. Those and leeches get me. It's just like
that's when you will lose carbon Q.
Those ticks and leeches nasty, man.
Yeah,
nasty.
I can't stand those.
They get cock diesel, man.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure you get all the tick out if you got to remove one.
Don't leave the head in.
Carbon's like, you know what I'm saying? That's some nasty stuff out there.
Yeah, you're out there in the woods, man. It's like you gotta make sure you're dressed properly and make sure you're cinched up and got your.
If people get the jungle foot,
oh my gosh, ooh.
They're taking the skin off with the socks.
Yeah, guys who don't take care of their feet, and it's like they come in here, it's like, what do you want me to do?
I was stupid young. I had a foot that was nasty, boy. It wasn't that nasty. I was like, yeah, I need to go ahead and start scrubbing these bad boys and getting that because you depending on the boots you wear, man. That moisture is a beast. You don't keep your feet right.
Yeah, it can be deadly, man. It can lead to something seriously. Get an infection, this and the other. Ketoacidosis and
jungle rot.
That jungle rot. Ooh.
Yeah, a guy like that take his boots off, man. We thought we had a body up there.
Tick remover.
There you go. There you go.
She got like,
bugs are horrible.
Yeah,
I know it's light, you can see them.
Yeah, thanks. Double row, definitely. You got to keep your feet dry. Just socks and drawers will be the most important.
Like Coy said, Lyme disease.
Yeah, man.
Crotch rot too. Yeah, you get crotch rot.
Yeah, man. You got to make sure your draw. Yeah, man. That's I'm glad I never had that, baby.
That's no game, man.
No, sir.
That is no game.
Yeah.
You itch.
I'm bugging in, dude.
Scratch the skin down to the bone, bro.
I'm the medic, so I got to look at all this stuff. I'm like, man.
Oh, man. Yo, look, but I was out doing the pillow exercise. This dude used to like to sleep outside a sleeping bag with no, because you know they want you to have like shit on.
Yeah.
Do take off your boots, obviously, but he's sleeping in drawers, man. This dude woke up and had ticks all up in his ass.
My brother did that on our 2-week trip to the Grand Canyon. We did a 2-week pack in, pack out.
Yeah,
he did that. Woke up in the morning, everything was in his sleep because the bugs like to be warm too. Everything
in that bag, yo.
Yeah.
Everything like steak. You have a snake coiled up around your feet.
Shake your boots out, everything out.
Man, look, they like that cool and moisture, a little bit of moisture too. Yeah. They love that shit, man.
That's a little stuff you got to think
That's
about.
why I said the best time to travel is when it's cold because a lot of that stuff is hibernating. Everybody want to be cute in the warmth when that warm. It's nice and warm, but everybody like to be warm. Everything like to be out and partying with you.
Yeah, that may be a key point when you talk about a bug out location. You may want to think about stuff like that.
You want to think about stuff in the cold, man. People like, I don't do cold, but yeah, you're right. Everything don't do cold.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's up, my brother?
Y'all doing all right?
Doing good. How you doing?
All right, man.
I'm good, man. Just getting back home from hanging out with my son today. He had a football game, and
that's good.
He wanted to go to the movies and stuff, so I had to go to the movies and sit through the Addams Family.
It
wasn't a bad movie though.
I've been
it wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
I know that Venom, man. That shit went straight to VHS.
Y'all stupid, yo.
Venom, man.
She said straight to VHS.
Yeah, not skip DVD.
That's what's up. I was listening to y'all talking about survival, man, and I took a survival course when I was in the military.
Yeah, you did SEER, right?
Huh?
SEER?
Yeah. So I did mine in Fort Leonard Wood.
Ooh, Lost in the Woods, misery.
Bro, that was the longest 4 days of my life, bro.
Yeah,
like
it is. It's when you get out there, man.
It's
like,
and then 4 days just comes from being out in the woods for like 2.5 days. And they make you lost pretty much.
Yeah.
They make you lost and you have to find your way.
Find your points, yeah. So, exactly. That's the biggest thing.
And all they give you is a canteen and a compass.
Yeah.
The compass.
It's you and that's it.
You on your own.
They give you that old rusty knife.
And you got 48 hours to get back.
Know your pace count. That's all I got to say.
That's it, right? So, look, I know my dad used to tell me all the time about him going to it, and I used to think it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? At first, and I was like, he ain't lie. He never lied. He was talking about, man, I ate snakes, I ate crickets.
Snakes are good too. If you're hungry, that snake tastes good.
Dude, if you cook a snake good, if you cook one, I didn't know until I actually cooked one. And snakes are actually amazing. Snake. It's amazing if you cook it good.
That's a good question. I got a real good question. I'm about to go get me some. I'm about to get this food out of the joint. But name a lot of the meats that you eat, things that you've eaten that you know would gross
everybody out.
Yeah,
I've eaten.
Don't say it, please. You could have.
Okay.
What?
Gross. Go ahead.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
No, you're gonna have to listen to this, Carmen.
Not done. It's called mute.
No, listen. Snakes. I've eaten squirrel.
Squirrel's good.
I've eaten rabbit, and some of this, the squirrel, rabbit, some deer. I've eaten as a kid because my grandfather used to hunt, and that was the first time I ever shot a gun, and that's what kind of got me into firearms, is because my grandfather used to shoot rabbits and my grandfather used to shoot rabbits and squirrels and deer and stuff like that. So I've never got the chance to hunt hogs, but my father's father used to get hogs slaughtered. He had hogs and he used to get them slaughtered to eat. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I've eaten snakes, obviously. I've even had to people don't understand, like some bugs have a lot of protein in them.
Yeah, a lot of protein. Grubs and beetles and stuff like that.
Protein in them. Yeah. I just don't like ants because you just got Carbon, you got to come back, yo. You can't just leave, Carbon.
She's bugging out. She's bugging
out. She got a barf bag.
Yeah, right. Look, I'm gonna wait till she come back to talk about the maggots though. Watch it.
Have you ever had the chocolate covered roaches?
Yeah, so chocolate covered crickets. Chocolate covered crickets are actually really good.
Ants too. Crickets are
chocolate covered ants. I've had chocolate covered ants before. Let me tell you something. I went to somewhere in Tennessee and they sold them in a store in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Are y'all serious?" And they was like, "Yeah, these things are good." I had a dude bought one and
it's like an outpost.
Yeah, it was like a little store, and they had chocolate covered
grubworms are good.
I was like, I didn't realize that was a thing, but they're good.
Yeah, grubworms keep you going.
Yeah, man. I've eaten frog legs, obviously. Anything gator. I eat some gator.
Gator tail. I've had gator tail.
Gator tail, yeah. Gator tail is good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, anything that got a reproductive system that ain't human, I'll probably eat it if you cook it right.
Especially if you're hungry, man.
And especially if we ain't got we don't have nothing out here to survive off of, and the only thing you got left is the food chain. You gonna take heed to it.
Probably the worst thing I had, and it wasn't worth tasting, but it's just the thought of it. A lot of people dinaguan, which is blood pudding. You take the blood. Dinaguan is a Filipino dish.
Oh, okay,
the blood of the pig, and you chop up the kidneys and stuff like that. Some of the other organs, and you put it in there, make it into like a little stew. It's you put vinegar in it. It's really tasty. Put it over rice. It's actually pretty good, but you think about it, it's like kind of gross.
That sounds good.
It is good, actually.
I know a lot of people don't eat prongs, but I like prongs too. Like
I can't do the prawns. I don't know why.
Can't do
just the way they look. I do shrimp, but the prawns.
Yeah, tiger prawns.
Yeah, man, them things are amazing. I went to Thailand and had prawns.
Thailand.
I went to Thailand and had prawns. Prawns are amazing to me.
Yeah, I'm sure they taste good, but they have to have the head off of. I can't eat with the head on.
What up, Big Diesel?
Ain't none of that no more.
Yeah.
Somebody said they had grub worms. I ain't never had worms.
Grub worms are good, but that's when we went to survival.
Right.
That's one of the things.
I ain't never had worms.
In the mountains, they're not bad.
Yeah,
just chew them up, put them down. It's just that protein source.
Somebody said fried rattlesnake is good.
It is. Snake is good.
It's like McNuggets, man.
It's good.
Turtle, snake. I mean, for real.
That's how you cook them, though. That's how you cook them. You chop them up, and you put them on the fire, man. Cook them things up.
Did y'all see when Yoki went out iguana hunting?
Yeah, that's what they were eating, iguana.
Yeah, that.
Oh shit!
Good.
I did not see that. I didn't know
She
that.
made a stew out of one, and then she picked up some another way. That looks really good.
The iguana's good.
Then you can eat chocolate covered maggots.
Hey, Carl. He said he had fried monkey ankles.
Fried monkey what?
Maggots for me.
Vanilla.
And they were alive. They were alive when you ate them.
Oh yeah, no, I've eaten raccoon too. Somebody said they eat.
I've never had raccoon.
I've eaten raccoon before.
I've had armadillo.
I've had armadillo. Yeah, I went to Oklahoma and had some armadillo. That was actually
raccoons I've never had. So.
Y'all got the worms.
Y'all got the what?
I've eaten kangaroo.
Ooh.
Alligator.
I have yet to taste kangaroo. What is that?
Kangaroo's good. It's like veal.
Is it really? Is it tender meat?
It's in the deer family.
Carbon, you have to come back. You cannot mute us. No, you can still hear us.
I can still hear you.
No, I heard about that dog. Right.
Listen, don't talk about my dog. We already had this conversation before, right? Watch how you talk about my dog, okay? And I can hear you guys. I'm just trying to prove it.
I've had kagogi.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Bison is good.
It's pretty good too. It's
bison is really good. I don't know if y'all ever had a bison burger, but bison meat.
Bison is good. Buffalo is good.
I would take bison over the cow any day.
No, I think the worst thing I ever smelled, and I tell you this, was going to Italy, and they got that cheese hanging.
Oh,
cheeses and some of those are.
I ain't never smelled. It's this cheese they had. I swear to God, if I could have amputated, took my nose off.
What?
If somebody shit it in my hand, I would smear it across my nose. That's how bad that cheese smell. I ain't never smelled cheese like that in my life.
What's the one, the gourmet one that has the worms in it?
Oh, the maggot. Oh yeah,
the maggot
and they gotta be alive. You can't eat them
alive.
Yeah, you gotta eat maggots alive, right?
Yeah, they eat them live with the cheese, and it's like it has a different.
They brought it out. I was like, that little.
But hey, look, people don't understand. Maggots got a lot of protein in them.
Right.
If you eat a bunch of them, they got a lot of protein. It's just not something that a lot of people want to eat. You know,
and they're also good for medicine. They have a medicinal purpose in the Air Force at Wolford Hall for wounds that wouldn't heal. We actually had the pharmaceutical maggots we would have to put in people's wounds.
That's
and then they would eat the dead tissue, and then you take them out and put them back in the container.
Would it eat the bacteria? Like
the dead tissue? You want the wound to be clean. So you want to debride that wound. You put those maggots in there. They'll eat all that dead tissue away, leaving healthy tissue. Right. So the wound can granulate and close.
Now that's
what type of maggots is that though?
There's the regular maggots, but they have pharmacies where they have the pharmaceutical maggots that they have like in little containers, and you have so many in a container, and you have to count how many you put in and how many you put out.
How many you put out? Because you don't want one to stay in. Yeah, you don't want one to stay in your body, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you eat them.
Yeah, you can eat those. You don't eat those, but you can eat them. You can eat maggots.
Those are medicinal maggots.
Like not a leaf or a tree hanging around.
He said medicinal maggots.
Right. Medicinal
maggots. Somebody run here with a blunt full of maggots, man. Don't do that.
These maggots. Got the grubs. You know what you need, man.
Somebody run around here with a blunt full of maggots. Hey, cuz, light it up.
Light it up.
Maggots, man. I am maggots.
Maggots for you. Put it in your bug out bag.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm telling you, when it comes down to it, and we don't have the stuff that we normally eat, you're gonna have to just pick something.
Right. Won't be a maggot though.
You have to pick something. It ain't gonna be what you normally used to. But worst case scenario, you better hope you be around a lake all the time. You bugging out.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But worst case, you gonna have to get something.
So how do you get the leeches off you? Like, what if you went into a lake, that's your water source at your bug out camp, and then all these leeches are on you? How do you get those off?
Pull them off.
You don't like fire either. You can make them release. If
you can.
What was it that
like fire on?
Yeah.
Oh, sugar.
But aren't they good too for sucking out like
salt for snails and sugar?
Yeah, they're good for certain like bacteria and stuff like that.
For snake bites? To suck out the poison?
No, you don't really want.
You don't want to use that for that.
Yeah.
No.
Snake bites, you want to get them to anti-venom center as quickly as possible, basically.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying in a bug out situation, like how would you clear that?
Hopefully you have an anti-venom kit, snake bite kits. You have a snake bite kit that you can use, or the suction, like making an incision. That's an emergency, like say you're way out a couple hours away. But the best thing you can do for them is get them to the some kind of
ENT.
As quickly as possible.
So why would
you can go old school, you can go like an old school movie or something, and suck the venom out and then spit it out.
Yeah, but then you're still can be injecting
right. So that works.
Or you could do Michonne and just cut off the.
Well, isn't that what the leech would do? Wouldn't the leech be doing the same thing?
No.
Because they're going after blood sources. They're trying to.
They're not going for the poison.
Yeah.
And they can tell the difference.
Okay, just get to know.
I tell you, also on Amazon they have snake gators. Snake gators. You put them on your shoes around your ankle. They go all the way up to your shin.
So they don't bite your shin,
your legs.
There was a 7-8 foot long rattlesnake right across the street where we work. We kind of like in the wilderness park area. Big old snake, just copperhead, just going right across the street right there. So I'm like, okay, I need to be careful walking out around here. So
those are nasty too, man.
They call it.
They got them down. They got them down here in Georgia a lot. They stay down here. You go down South Georgia near the swamps. They down there all day.
Yeah.
Got a lot of water moccasins and timber.
Water moccasins are nasty too. Them suckers are mean.
That's how it's spelled.
You know what the crazy joint is? Let's just say we hit a heavy situation where everybody bugs out and stuff. A lot of people got like king cobras, puff adders, gaboon vipers. I mean, people got these pets. What happens to those pets if they don't eat them? They get out or something like that, or people when they die and they get out. Now you got to worry about those kind.
You got a rare goddamn snake out here that's poisonous that'll kill you.
Invasive species like a mug, and you in trouble. What on? He's silly.
What happened?
Somebody say something?
No, I was saying, what happened to the CDC when the power goes out?
Nothing. You think they got backup generator somewhere, some kind of way?
Yeah, they got the rail system, but some of them items down there they got to keep contained.
I'm sure they've already have come up with ideas on if something was to go wrong, they have a contingency plan on how to get that stuff, make that stuff still work while we out here struggling.
Right.
I promise you, they're not gonna let that. They ain't gonna let that. If out of all the buildings in the world, out of all the buildings in this country, that one, the White House, and a couple other buildings is not gonna go down at all ever. Power grid, they'll never go down off of those.
Have you seen the symptoms of them shots people getting, man? They're not showing. Turning in everybody's bloody and jelly and all kinds, man. It's like we just getting light symptoms.
Right.
Go online like the deep web and look, man. You be like, what?
Smitty Longway TV says they have copperheads that far north up in Maryland. I didn't even know that was the.
They got them everywhere, man.
So that's another thing too. When you're preparing to bug out or even camp and stuff,
you got to know what's around you.
Exactly. I didn't
even. You got to know. You got to know all the animals that's in your area. You got to know that. Like I know pythons ain't really a scary animal to me. That's some good eating actually, because it's some thick meat. But we got pythons in the metro area. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'll eat a python all day. It's a constrictor. It's not gonna hurt you. I mean, it could if it's big enough. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you got to know how to handle a python. If you know how to handle a python, and I used to have a pet python. That was funny.
So y'all ain't went hiking yet. Y'all ain't went hiking yet.
Who?
You said no.
Carbon been like, let's go camping, Kevin. Let's go camping. And I'm like, all right, let's go. But you got to know when we go, it's gonna be some shit out that you ain't never seen.
He's going to their backyard.
There's gonna be some stuff out that you ain't never seen.
I'm not eating none of that stuff.
Well, you might as well. We gonna get ready.
I'm okay to die when I'm ready to go. So you put a plate of medicine.
Don't mess with the stomach.
But it's good practice.
It's good practice. You can't really mess with nobody.
A few days of practice, so you're ready.
You catching the python to like Cook it?
Eat it? Yeah, it's a python. It's a constrictor. The worst case scenario is squeeze you to death, but that's only if you get it around your neck the wrong way, or you know what I'm saying. And depending on how big it is, he about 15 feet, he can get around your body and squeeze your body. You know what I'm saying? Like they can do some things. I used to own a pet python as in my 20s.
On it.
So it's ways you hold them, handle them, you know, grab them by the tail, grab them by the top of the neck with the hand. You can hold them certain kind of ways and they ain't gonna bother you. You know what I'm saying? But just depending on how big. Like you lucky you don't live in South America where they got anacondas that are like
some parts of Asia,
long and weigh about 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you don't want to be around.
Thank you.
Because we're talking about those are constrictors that actually can eat babies and grown ass people. You know what I'm saying? They can open their whole mouth up and swallow a human. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want them problems.
I don't want the baby problems. I don't want small ones, big, none of that. Y'all got it.
I seen a video of anaconda eating this South American family's dog. The dog was still alive. They ended up catching the anaconda, killing it.
Oh, is that what they split it? Right.
Yeah, split it open. The dog was still alive.
Right.
They ate it whole.
Yeah,
you just gotta know what's around you.
That's how they do.
Yeah, that's how you just gotta know what's around you.
Right.
Dog thought it was warm. Said, "Damn, that blanket moving."
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you look. If a snake don't look, if a snake ain't poisonous, I'm eating it.
Right.
Let me be honest. We got king snakes out here too.
Yeah.
I think we got king and coral snakes out here, and they you got to know the difference between them. The color pattern looks the same, but it's different. Okay. So you know, is the king snake that's the poisonous one? The coral snake is not.
It's whichever one's red on yellow, friendly fellow, red on black, stay back. So whichever one has
that's the red on black. Okay, there it is. So I think it's the coral snake that's the one you don't want. That's the one that's poisonous. But we got king snakes and coral snakes, so you don't even know which one you're gonna be dealing with.
Yeah.
That's so a lot of them look a lot alike, so you have to
see. Look.
You see what Double Roll just said? Right. We're not. I got time for that. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go.
Anacondas, man.
Yeah.
Boa. Hey, Smitty said he's had boa before. Oh, you say you have a boa? Oh, okay. I thought you said you ate boa. I'm like, damn, but you have one. That's what's up.
King snake is non-poisonous.
That's what I thought. King snake's non-poisonous. And you cool. I've seen a king snake when I was younger. When I was living in Decatur. There was a king snake in my backyard, about this long. It wasn't that big, but it was a king snake. You can tell.
Wow.
Yeah, we rolled up on one in the Grand Canyon on our way out. We hiked from the bottom on the north rim to the top in one day, which is not what you usually do. There's one part where it's like sandy because it used to be an ocean front. We were walking, we were like all tired and everything, and all of a sudden you heard, and it was like, snake! Everybody.
You gotta get the hell. That's why it's good. Like, look, that's what I said. Delroy Dan says it's good to have machetes or axes in the woods.
Always.
It's your best friend. Yeah. A gun ain't gonna save you. You need an axe or a machete.
Get that head, chop that head off.
Yep. You chop a head off a snake, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get some of those gators, man.
Yeah. I need to get some. I don't have those.
When I was in Afghanistan, they were sand vipers in Afghanistan. Ooh. And those are the worst because you can't really, sometimes you can't see them.
They're in the sand.
They hide under the sand. They stay cool. Bro, them things is long and you'll know when they're around because you'll see like a wave in the sand.
All right, so I'm get out of here. Sorry.
All right, have a good one.
Pick it up, brother.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, it's a wave in the sand because when they move in the sand like this. So you'll know that they're around, and that you got to deal with sand vipers, and you got to deal with what's them damn scorpions? There's scorpion sand spiders, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. I can't remember the name of them. Damn it, it's a sand spider, but them ones like this big. No. They call it it's a scorpion. It's considered a scorpion, but it's called a camel spider.
Oh yeah.
See,
camel spiders ain't no joke.
I'm not messing with nothing like that,
bro. Them things is big. Look, I got it. Look, the body on one of them things is about as big as this damn thing.
Right.
That's wrong.
It looks like one of them hydration camelbacks.
Dog, they huge. Camel spiders ain't no joke. I ran into a couple of them when I was in Afghanistan. And they got an attack mechanism. They not like regular spiders where they run away from you when they see you. They run towards you. They come and try to eat you.
Yeah.
And they got a 7-foot vertical leap. Them just is no joke.
Like a hand.
They do. It look like what's that? Matter of fact, I just watched the damn movie. Was it
Alien?
No, it does look like one of them too. Yeah.
The little thing that comes out of the
just come out like this and come with the little tail on it. Just come out and grab you. Yeah, that's what it looked like, and it's that big. That big. It's huge.
I couldn't.
We had a couple soldiers shooting at them things.
What do you think I'm gonna be doing? I mean, excuse me. Why did you fire a grenade launch? Did you see that spider?
Yeah.
I don't like spiders, man.
I don't like.
I could walk in a spider web and get naked, man. I just something about
just a little spider web, on your face.
I hate that. I hate it, dog.
I gotta get out of this.
I hate walking in the spider web, dog. It's just like
that's the worst. That's the worst.
You can see a snake, but the
spiders, they hide you, man. They hide their webs on you.
Yeah. I
don't like those. You go to the upper room messing with the wrong spider.
What's funny is out here we got the brown recluse, right?
Yeah, here too.
Brown recluse is. Bro, you get bit one. I think I got bit by one a few years ago, and what happens is when it bites you, you don't even know you got bit. First off, and then when the body, what happens is the venom start eating at the skin over time, right? It ain't like it's like regular venom; it'll kill you, but this will just eat at the skin, and it'll leave a big ass hole in your arm or wherever it bit you, right? And you can see the white meat, and that's it. It don't bleed, it don't do nothing. You can just see it.
That's big down here in Texas. We had a lot of patients that would come in with those brown recluse bites.
Yeah,
and I take care of them. Next thing you know, they have a big old necrotic section of their arm.
Got a big ass hole in their arm or something. Eat your skin up, man.
Yeah, and they're built. They like to go in a lot of new housing construction areas because they take a while to build. So you'll find homes that get infested with those things, and people get bitten. Oh, it's just a spider bite, and next thing you know, you gotta take another.
Delray Dan says 2 fears of snakes and bats.
Are you playing? Hey, I heard bat meat was good. I want to try bat.
I'm not gonna
eat bat.
That's one thing I won't eat is bat meat.
I want to try some bat, bro. I heard bat meat is good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try it out.
You need guidance and you need help. Nobody says that, Kevin. I don't even understand why you would
eat bats.
That you want to eat a bat. That's
you saw it.
Y'all see your brother, he needs some help.
It's Survival Stomach Saturday.
Yeah.
Right.
Bats are.
What part of the bat would you eat? It's like a rodent with wings, leathery wings.
If I would clearly eat a rodent like an armadillo, that's a rodent, and I eat that. Armadillo meat is good. That's a rodent.
Armadillos are a little bigger. In body structure.
If you've never been around a real bat, a big bat, those bats are huge.
And they say they make a good stew. Supposedly, they make a good stew.
They got stews. Like seriously, Aborigines they eat bats. That's one of their main courses is bats. Because in Australia, they have a lot of them, and the bats in Australia are like shit. I can't even give you like huge. They're big. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They eat the body of a bat. They cut the wings off, cut the head off, cut the legs off, and you eat the body. You take all the stuff out and eat all the meat. Got muscles just like us.
Yeah, I can't do the rat. I can't do bats. I can't do that.
If the bat was the last thing on the planet,
I would eat it.
Eat bat.
First of all, I was dead by the time you got to the maggots, so I don't know what to talk about. I was like, bye. I got it. I'll be right back.
Eat water sandwiches.
Right.
Oh man.
Somebody said bats are flying rats.
They are.
Yeah, you better right.
Even though they're I just can't do the bat. Something about a bat.
Sorry, I forgot to mention Lady Love when your gift certificate from your store.
Who?
Lady Love.
Oh, kfallsurvival.com. I'll put it in here.
I sent the link already. The gift.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it in here right now. Let me. That's right here.
A bear, but
definitely, I'm going to be ordering some stuff from you soon. I am, Pooh. I got a couple of things I need to pick up on.
Okay, yeah.
People to add into my list, so definitely want
to. Like I said, and I always tell people, like I said, if you don't see something on there, let me know because I can try to get it. I can try to pull it over.
Yeah, you have a lot of good stuff on there.
I'm trying to pull a lot. Like Carver has been giving me a list of stuff that she's been seeing that I don't have. Yeah. So I've been trying to pull all that stuff over. Very good. If you don't see something on there that you want, let me know, and I'm gonna see if I can try to pull it.
Yes, sir. You have any bats on there?
No, I ain't got no bats.
Some bat MRE.
Look, I ain't got no survival bats on there yet. Somebody said bear. I've never eaten bear before.
I haven't had bear either.
I don't know. I feel like bears are just too much close to human.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can eat a bear. I'm sure bear meat is good though. Why do I feel like it's good meat to eat? But I just rather not eat the bear. It's greasy, you did? You eaten bear before?
It was greasy.
Bear jerky.
Oh damn! I didn't know you.
It's different.
Look, yeah, Smith said bear is oily. A Paradise black bear said it's good. It's got a lot of fat. Oh, you say you gotta add fat to it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't have.
That's good. But yeah, elk is modeling. It's like in a deer.
It's a more tender meat than is it a tender or more tender meat than deer?
Yeah.
Because deer meat is good.
That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had deer for over a long period of time in my life, with my family being hunting and stuff. But I've never had elk before.
Never had elk either. So
I've seen elk. Now that's another thing. I've seen elk in real life. I didn't realize how tall those damn things were.
Yeah.
Bro, I was driving from Arizona back to Atlanta. I was helping a friend of mine move, and we were riding in the mountains in Arizona. And before you get into like past Colorado, you can get in there. Before you get in there, bro, it's like elk standing like 7 to 8 feet tall. I was like, damn, this is huge. I had never seen elk in real life.
Facts.
Somebody said most predator mammals aren't good eating. I wonder why.
But like once you pull them, like how do you bring them back to your base camp? They're so heavy.
What? Like what? Elk?
Like an elk. Like if you shot an elk.
A lot of those things, they field dress them. They cut them down like Yoki did the other day. She field dressed, took only the essential parts, hindquarters, the backstrap and stuff like that.
A lot of people like to keep the head just to mount it.
Yeah, but you have to.
It's real rare that you would kill an elk. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you want to keep the head? A lot of people keep the head and get it stuffed.
Yeah. To me, that's a little bit morbid. I don't want something.
I don't like. Yeah, I'm not that guy. Yeah, if I kill it, I just want to eat it. You know what I'm saying?
The antlers might make really good weapons.
Who?
The antlers. They make
little antlers.
It's almost like axes.
Yeah.
Out of the.
They make grips out of those. They make grips out of those for like the 1911s. They'll cut them down to make grips out of those.
Grips out of them. Yeah. The elk. Yeah. The antlers, you turn them into grips. I've heard somebody say they had some antler grip, some antler grips for their 1911.
Each one's unique too. Everything.
Hey, H from BK, man, I appreciate it, brother.
Delray Dan, yeah, that would be good.
There's actually
right
at our HEB, our local store, they actually have a laminated card set on how to skin all these animals. I should put it in one day. And so
we need to find those. Where do you say you find that at?
HEB, the local grocery store. They have them at the checkout counter on how to skin, how to do all this stuff. And
you should get some of those.
I'm going to get some.
Yeah, you should get some of those and let's print them out and give them to everybody. Man. You never know.
I don't know how to do this. It's like, that's an excellent.
Because there's certain ways you got to skin rabbit, certain ways you got to skin deer, all that stuff. Like I would wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and get ready to go to school when I was in kindergarten. My grandfather be in the kitchen skinning rabbits.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that shit was crazy. I was like, I'm on my way to school and I'm traumatized by all these dead rabbits.
My dad would get mad because he didn't want us eating rabbit, and then he would sneak some to me, and it's like that tastes good. It's like
it's good. That's a tender meat, man.
We should actually do. Sorry, Kev, I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
We should actually do a survival camping thing amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Do it. So what? Like actually do a camping thing?
Right. actually see somebody field dress the animal.
Yeah, Yoke did one the couple weeks ago.
Trap.
The hog.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Good to see how go through different parts of it, and it's a good skill set to have.
It might be good to do with Yoki too. A whole camp thing out there. It shows you how to do it.
Definitely
a skill everybody, I guess, should at some point have.
There you go. I mean, definitely want to do something like that because I've never hunted.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's actually a good question. So if you're plant-based and you have to bug out,
good luck. It's plenty of plants out here. Eat what you like. If that's what you want to do. If you want to really survive, though, you're gonna need some meat in your life.
No, I find my proteins in my mushrooms and stuff like that.
Okay.
And get all that bases and everything, nutrition and stuff. Everything that's nutritional, I find. I tell everybody I can get my proteins from the necessary need.
You have to combine those too, because I used to be strict vegetarian, and combining getting your complete amino acids is hard. So if you have your rice and corn, you have to combine those types of things. So you have to be thoughtful, like Ben was saying,
to
be able to make sure that you do it the right way.
Your fish, your snakes, and stuff like that. Something that you can be in moderate, nothing real heavy.
Okay. It could be done, but you just have to know what you're doing and make sure you're not,
Right.
So.
Be honest with you, a lot of vegans gonna die if they gotta bug out. They don't want to eat no meat.
Oh no, I'm eating a fish.
And that's what you would have to resort to.
Something. You have to have some protein source, a high protein source. You have to have
especially in cold weather.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think
for a little while, but I was always cold.
And people don't realize that when you digest protein, 25% of the caloric load takes just to digest that. So you don't get a 1-for-1. 25% just to digest protein causes you use 25% of that energy just to digest it.
Well, see, I realize
less energy to digest it. So you can get yourself into a caloric spiral if you're taking in all those proteins. It takes more to digest them than what you're eating.
You see, I was eating meat like crazy, man. I was eating meat, shrimp, everything, man. And I just woke up one morning and I felt like, good gracious, I can't live like this. It's hard to breathe. When I tie my shoes, I felt dizzy. Body was just feeling like crap, man.
Crazy, yeah.
Then once I get started vegan, I just wake up and feel like 21, feeling good. I can do pull-ups, push-ups, Boy, I feel like, good gracious.
Tony said what I was saying. Like, how you bring that back to the base?
He said what?
He was like, if you chase a deer down, prepare to drag it back to wherever your camp is. They are heavy.
You got to do it.
You field dress it out there. Some people like to do the quarter and the hind.
Yeah.
And I've seen people field dress right there. You don't bring it back. You bring back what you're going to use.
Just that meat.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Uncle.
Because you start dragging a deer back, you're going to be dragging mountain lions and bears behind you. You turn around, you got a whole crew.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah. So,
sorry, I was talking on the phone. I'm sorry.
But yeah, you don't want to be dragging no deer back. You want to clean it right at the spot where you killed it.
Yeah.
Grab your hinds, your quarters, whatever you need. Put that in a bag and bounce. Leave the rest for the bears and, Wolverines, whatever, wolves. Don't drag no.
I'm gonna tell you the worst place you don't want to go where wolves are. Wisconsin. Wisconsin got some of the biggest damn wolves I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Wisconsin got wolves that stand on both legs about 2.5 to 3 feet off the ground on all fours. It's crazy. Crazy.
You gotta get one of these with your spices in it.
Yeah, $2. Yeah.
So we could put it inside our bag.
$2. I don't know if you listening. Pay attention. This is what I was telling you. This is what you need to do right here.
This. That's on the website.
Kev, you could pull this on the website.
Spices, yeah. I'm trying to get $2 to do it so we can get it from him.
Have spices in there?
Yeah. And it has
you, right?
Black pepper, garlic, cayenne.
Oh, it's got everything in there.
Paprika, yeah. So, and this is for a bug out bag. I got this in the camping section at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yep. $2. You need to create this, bro. You need to create one that's for your own spices, man.
The top's open for whatever size whatever spice you need to use.
Yeah, y'all. And y'all in here, please check out kfallsurvival.com.
I appreciate it.
Survival needs and your emergency first aid kit.
Did you drop it?
I think I'll drop it.
Yeah, I've just put it in.
Oh, you just put it in there?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I didn't even think of was spices. You know, I can eat snake just by itself. I've done it, but trying to get other people to eat with no flavor, no flavor
to it. Yeah, it would be like, ugh.
Especially if you have kids.
Yeah, kids. I know. Yeah, already.
Kids are
look. You ever had lemon pepper maggots? Them shits is good. I'm just playing.
Lemon pepper.
I just want to see your face.
Lemon pepper what?
Lemon pepper maggots, man.
And they move.
The thing, if you sear those maggots, they're not really
right.
If you sear them, seriously, they just a little crunchy.
You ain't never had a.
You're not gonna play with me today. You're not gonna do it.
You ain't never had a buffalo chicken cockroach, girl. Come on, man.
You said medicinal maggots.
Some cockroaches with some franks on top of it. But it's good as hell.
Did you see somebody on the corner
Where
with
did you
backwoods with medicinal
what
maggots?
happened?
Somebody on the corner sitting there with a backwoods rolling up with some medicinal maggots.
That makes my mouth worse. I'm gonna throw up on live. That's great.
Put that out there. Go get a Snoop Dogg video.
I know.
Chinese medicinal maggots.
That's where Carver will tap out. I'll be like, "Oh, this is not for me."
Right.
You have to call them.
UV light pens. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can put them on there for you. Yeah. UV light. Man, put this in my notes.
So
All right, I'm gonna call you back. I'm so sorry. Delray called me. I was getting my hair done.
I need to call Delray too. He
Yeah.
sent me a message the other day too.
Yeah. Get your N95 mask. I think 2 of them at Walmart is like $7.
That's not bad.
Like, get it. I know it's a little expensive just for 2 masks, but get it because they're so hard to find.
That's true.
And you're just gonna need, just in case if you have to go someplace where other people are that's sick, you don't want to use your homemade, mouth cover or mask. You want to use something that's actually going to do its job for what it was originally intended for.
Yeah.
Just to lessen your chances because it's flu season. Stock up on your vitamins, your cold medicine, hand sanitizer, all that stuff. Because
if you got sinuses, make sure you got your sinus medicine. Because you're gonna be in the woods, your sinuses are gonna act up if you have them.
Yeah,
all that pollen and everything else.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to avoid that.
Yeah, that changes things and jacks up a lot of people. So get that stuff now. They're gonna be off the shelves really quick.
And again, know what's in your area. I know, like during the wintertime, mountain cedar during certain times of the year. Then I know I have a serious allergy with. Know what's in your area and prepare for that because every area is different. Some people have summertime allergies, some fall. Winter. So prepare for the time that you're, going to be out there, possibly bugging out for. So, like for right now, from now until January, I know that mountain cedar, anytime the weather's coming in from the north, it's going to be a problem because it's carrying the mountain cedar down towards us. So,
Hot Tub Tony says, stack up on your sea moss.
Yeah,
that's actually really good.
Also, hey, I don't know if y'all even know anything about this. Y'all might want to check it out. Something I picked up, right after COVID hit last year. Y'all need to look into getting some what they call Artemisia Plant or Wormwood. Wormwood is what Africans were using to keep them from catching COVID. Get some wormwood pills. Stack up on some wormwood. That'll stop you from a lot of diseases and shit that we are currently going through at this point. I take that damn near every day.
You need elderberry.
Elderberry, yes.
What did you just say? Ben, shouldn't you just said it?
Echinacea.
Elderberry, sea moss. Some people are iffy with the sea moss. I think it depends on how you use it. I don't know. When I use it, it's really good. I use it a lot during the cold season. Try to get ginger
ginger is
Fresh
excellent.
ginger is good. A neti pot. If you can get a neti pot to clean out the mucus from all over here. Yeah, I'm trying to get that.
Yep, ginger.
Start using sea
Ginger
salt.
and turmeric, yeah.
There's a lot of healthy benefits in orange peel as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that.
Okay. Yeah, outstanding, man. We did it once again. Got our limit. We done hit. We almost here for 2.
Yeah. You can get mullein. Mullein is really good to clean your lungs.
Oh, okay.
Excess mucus. COVID, you want to keep your lungs clear. This is really, really good. And it doesn't taste terrible. You can just drop it in some water and it's good. Of course, you want to take your vitamin C's, vitamin D. You want to zinc, magnesium.
So is there any way y'all can make a health bag for the K-Fall survival?
I'll see what I can do. Let me see if I can put something together. And put it on the website. Maybe they'll let me do that. I don't know. Okay. But I'll see if I can make it happen.
That sounds real good, man. We can get that in bulk.
Worst case scenario, I'll just I'll put one together and see if anybody wants to get one, and you can cash at me, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll find a bag that'll let me buy a bulk of them, and then I'll put that stuff inside of it, almost like all the stuff will be just called out. I'll put all that stuff in one bag, and then send it off to people if they want one.
One of the things I wanted to point out, Carvin was talking about, different things to help your lung and airways, but milk products, dairy products, thicken make the secretions more tenacious.
Right.
So if you have those upper respiratory problems,
stay away from
those dairy products. Use alternative sources of
it creates more
non-dairy products. It makes it not only creates, it makes it thicker. You have thick, tenacious mucus and sputum. It includes airways and makes it harder for you to breathe and get those secretions out. So you want to monitor those type of things, especially if you already know you have issues in your upper respiratory tract. So.
Also get ACD, apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. Did I say the rock band? My bad. That's pretty good. Try to keep that with you. Take that every day. If you could drink like a glass of hot water with some fresh lime or lemon. I prefer the lime versus the lemon is less acidic. That's good to flush out your system on a daily basis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That's going to be the time. I think we do that next Saturday. Give ourselves on the health and put out a lot of this stuff that we need to, because
just let's sit down and go over different things that we can get for ourselves as far as health wise, zinc and all that good stuff, and write it down. We'll sit down and write it down next week.
We can do that.
I'm with that.
Yeah, you're right there, Ray Dan. Those pet antibiotics.
So
we said that or same.
So next Saturday, Survival Saturday, be Health Does the Body Good. We be getting that, bringing it out to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, apple cider vinegar. Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, Carvin said
stock up on it. Look, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to lose some weight, Bragg's apple cider vinegar is actually really good for you if you want to lose some weight. You wake up every morning before you take a piss and you drink a cap full of that every day. I guarantee you'll lose weight within a month's time if you do it every day.
Yeah. Before I go to bed and wake up, that's why I used to take.
Break down fat all through the system. I promise you.
And that's what you want to get rid of. Yes, Elderberry and baking soda is excellent for so many things. It's something you definitely should have in your prepper pantry.
I never understood why my grandmother always had baking soda until I became an adult, and I realized how much it does for everything. Like you can use it for cleaning, you can use it for health, you can use it for everything. It's crazy.
Deodorant, brush your teeth,
right?
Clean your.
I used to use it to brush my teeth when I was in the military. I just go get a box and just dip my toothbrush in and go to work.
And now they're selling it over the counter with baking soda.
Yeah, now it's a toothpaste now.
It's a thing now. Yeah. So they've been doing that.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
once again, y'all. Well, once again, we've done it, y'all.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody.
Thanks for coming in, everybody. Hanging out with us.
Amen.
I was trying to catch y'all after I got out the movies, man. I was trying to get home so I can get on.
Oh no, we got you next Saturday. We got you next Saturday. So the next Saturday, health does the body good.
I also y'all, I got an important announcement to make on my page probably in the next few days. Y'all might like this, so y'all just stay tuned. I think Carbon already knows what it is, but I ain't gonna tell everybody.
Oh, okay. Check him out, y'all. Y'all go check him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live. I'll probably go live sometime next week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, to announce it. But yeah, y'all gonna like this. Everybody gonna like this. Everybody in the gun community gonna love this. Y'all gonna be like, really? You did what? You doing what? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Ace from Brooklyn, Black Seed. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, Black Seed.
That is enough. Absolute must. Yeah.
Next week, y'all tune in to K. Y'all talk. Y'all know, right? Y'all tune in to Ampu Tactical next week on YouTube and on Instagram too, because I'm gonna announce it on Instagram as well.
Okay, cool.
Y'all go ahead and tune in next week. I'm probably make a couple of videos this week. I'm having issues with my rare breed weapon, so y'all might do a video on what I'm doing with that because it's not cycling like it's supposed to for some reason. I don't know if it's the buffer. I don't know if it's the buffer tube or I'm not the buffer tube, but the buffer spring or what. But I'm trying to. It's not firing like it was when I first got it. And I've already changed the spring in the rare breed already.
Yeah, I saw that video. You talked about the spring.
Yeah.
So I changed the spring in it, but I put a new buffer spring in the back to see if that would make it
like an H3.
But I don't know if it's the spring or the buffer. So now I'm trying to figure out do I need to put a lighter buffer on it or do I need to put a heavier buffer on it? The heavier the buffer, it's not firing is loud anymore. But when I put a lighter one on, it's when the fire and stuff starts firing out the front of it. So I'm thinking about putting a lighter buffer and keeping the spring that I have on it. So I haven't changed it yet. But I went yesterday to try to shoot it, and the thing was just giving me hell. So I'm gonna have to fix it. See what I'm doing wrong. But next week, new announcement. Ampu Tactical, y'all check me out.
And he'll be back on next Saturday with us.
Yeah, next Saturday we're gonna sit down. We're gonna write down all these different health pills and teas and everything else that we need to keep in our bags when we are out and we need to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be back next week. I promise.
All right. Look forward to it. Gray Man, salute to you. Saw you in there.
Hi, Gray Man. Yeah. There's a medicinal
green
that you can get. Try to get a medicinal tea set. It has echinacea, turmeric, and ginger, throat coat. It's everything for cold and flu season. It's medicinal herbs.
Right.
Did I say it right, Kevin? I say it wrong.
No, you say herbs, but it's not good.
I didn't ask you to say that, but anyway.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
See you later. Bye. You need guidance.
Peace.